Well, here you go. Is this okay?
Yes, this is fine. Thank you. For your trouble.
Why, thank you, sir. Well, I'm off. Heading north to the castle. Maybe I'll see you again sometime.
You just may. Farewell, sir.
Hello, my friend. Welcome. Welcome to the town of Vauxville. I trust your travels were not too unpleasant?
Just fine, thank you.
Excellent, excellent. My name is Udo. I am a seller of rare and precious trinkets, as well as a great source of news for the town and all across the valley.
You mean you're a gossip?
Call me what you may, as long as you call me friend.
We'll see.
Ah, cautious. I like that. Please come and see me anytime you need anything.
This young man is vigorously hammering away at a pair of horseshoes. He looks like a decent chap. This guard is fat. You don't think he could chase off a pickpocket, let alone solve any real crimes. From the looks on his arms and the hammer in his hands, he looks like he'd be able to perform some minor dental work on your fronts, as well as amateur plastic surgery on your face if you attempted to touch him. What? You want to pick a chicken wing from his fat rolls?
Good day, sir.
Hello there.
My name is Niels. I'm the assistant and farrier to the blacksmith. I'm preparing shoes for the horses. It's quite lovely, thank you. Yes, there's an execution taking place soon. I want to finish these shoes before I head down. They take me where I need to go. I made the chair myself. It's a pretty quiet town, never much trouble. Except for Gorth. He's always causing trouble. Surprised Rayford hasn't beaten him senseless yet. He's the local sheriff. He's a tough man, but he's always decent to me. Take care, stranger.
Well, that's a bright and sparkly sign. You deduce that this must be the magic shop. You see a tall, thin, bearded man behind the counter. You aren't crazy. Try talking to someone else.
Ahoy!
Ahoy. Well, now let's see, are we?
We're all drifted some way.
How insightful. Allow me to quote that in my book of Who Cares.
Ah!
Now, young man, is there something I might help you with? My name? Well, you may call me Prospero. I make it most of the town calls me Mr. Magic. It amuses them. Magic? Well, that's quite a discussion. Perhaps we can converse about it when we have more time. There's an execution coming soon, and we'd better not be late. Rayford gets into quite a tizzy about these things. Goodbye.
Oh, hello, my lord.
Oh, well, hello.
I must be on my way now. Take care.
It looks like they're getting ready for the execution, but it's not quite time yet. I suggest you explore more of the town. You should probably also talk to more people. That's what I would do. But I'm not you. Sadly, I'm just a disembodied voice.
Hey there!
Whoa there. Hello.
Sorry, I know that I'm shouting. I lost control of my voice in a freak accident and now I always talk like this.
That's unfortunate, sir.
Well, could be worse. Rayford stations me here so I don't talk to a lot of people.
Good call.
I agree. Well, I'm going to continue standing guard. You have a great day, sir.
It's a door, dumbass. You're in the southern part. It's a well. Not much to see here, at least from up here. You don't want to fuss with the well right now. You don't need water, and frankly, right now, you don't need. You'd knock on the door, but you really have no desire to be polite. It's the sigil of the tobacconist. Well, it's no market of wall, but you suppose they have the kinds of supplies that could help you survive here?
Hello, young master. Welcome to the Owens General Store and Meat Emporium.
Butcher shop. Meat Emporium sounds like a whorehouse.
Oh, you'd know a whorehouse, wouldn't you?
Maybe. I found you in one.
You were the chamber pot boy.
You were the chamber pot.
I love you, dear.
Love you too, honey buddy.
Wow, this is lovely.
Hey, you tried running a store with your significant other. You have to do something to keep yourself from going nuts.
Understood.
Well, we're just about to close up to go to the execution, so if you need something, just stop on back afterwards, okay, honey?
Will do. You too. Stay pleasant. Good afternoon, fair trader of smoked goods.
Aha, good afternoon, young master. How are you?
Better now that I know this place is here.
Ah, thank you. I am Armand, purveyor of the finest tobacco and smokable leaf in all the lands.
You can call me Rowan.
And indeed I will, Mr. Rohan. Be assured, every item in here is of the finest quality. I have selected my imports by hand, and any purchase you make shall be a wonderful delight for you to enjoy in your leisure time.
I'm a big fan of leisure time.
Here, try a bit of these.
That is delightful.
Ah, yes. Imported Kenmati leaf from the realm of Anengoti, the finest. I must close up for a moment before the execution, but please stop by again and we can discuss the finer things I have to offer.
Sounds excellent. See you soon. Hey, you in the garden.
Who? Me?
No, the other fella in the garden. The one with the gnomish hat.
I don't see. You got me. Good fun. Good fun.
How's it going in there?
Well, not bad. Just trying to pick some herbs for some potions I'm making up later. People always start worrying about their health after an execution.
With good reason. Though I don't suppose you have a potion that reattaches a head now, do you?
Oh my goodness. Don't be silly. Oh, that's funny. Oof. I am Jared Smyrna, pharmacist.
I'm Mr. Roem, professional raconteur.
Well, I'm pleased to make your acquaintance.
Likewise.
Well, I've got to get finished up. Got to get to the execution soon.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, please, come by the shop sometime. There's lots of neat things in there. I bet they'd be of use to a man like you.
I'll do that. Farewell, sir.
Bye.
A horse is a horse, of course, and no one can talk to a horse, of course. This door is pretty solid, and you're quite sure it has an advanced lock on it. It is, of course, locked to keep the likes of you. You rub your hands all over yourself like a showgirl. You think about an alternative career should the need arise.
Welcome to the Jolly Roger Inn, home of ales and lager. Occasionally we get some whiskey in here. Nothing fancy, stranger.
Sounds fine to me.
Well, it better. You're out of luck if you're looking for anything better around here. We brew it downstairs. This shite, but it does the trick. Made from the best water and grain. That's what they tell me. I'm no brewmaster or chemist for this matter. I'm a lonely bartender in a small town. Are you here to save me, eh? Ah, the lads are good guys, farmers they are. They drink their crops. He's a big bastard, ain't he?
Everything is kept behind the bar, and Kit is keeping a close eye on everyone.
Here you go, mate. Give me a bly and we're even.
You pay her and begin to sip your drink. It's as refreshing as you hoped it would be. 6 or 7 of these and you might get as giddy as a Lunarian whore.
Hey, I don't know you. You new in my tavern?
No, I've been here for weeks.
You got a problem, pal?
The only problem I have, friend, is with the amount of nose hair you're sporting. You're trying to catch boogers as a hobby.
You're quite the smartass, friend. You're lucky there's an execution in town and there's more guards around. Otherwise, you and I'd be having words.
You're lucky I have a pair of tweezers.
You're funny, friend. Let me buy you a drink.
Let me drink your drink.
A toast! Thank God we're not the poor bastard whose head is about to roll.
May we never face the gallows, or marriage.
Come on by afterwards. Let's have some more drinks and talk about things.
Hey, there's beer in my glass.
Is that a problem?
Yeah, 'cause it should be in my belly.
You are correct, sir. Drink up, eh?
He ignores you. Perhaps you should talk to the man on the other side of the table. Leave the guy alone. What a quaint and lovely place. You actually bet the rooms and beds are nice here, for a change. It doesn't understand what you're saying.
Hello, stranger.
Hey, nice duster.
Thanks. Nice beard.
I grew it myself.
I bet you did. Pa bought this in years ago when I was little, and I've lived here most of my life. I clean and take care of the guests.
I bet you do.
Vokesville is very quiet, but I like it here. I go down to Tyr with Pa every few months, but I love my home. I don't like Rayford. I know people say he's good for the village, but I think he's a bad man. My Pa's the greatest. He takes such good care of me, and this inn. I miss her.
I don't suppose you'd be interested in meeting me for a drink at a pub later.
No, she isn't interested.
Oh, fair enough then. Can't blame a guy for asking.
No, you can't. I totally would, but Pa would break your legs if I went with you.
Good Lord, you're going to get me killed.
Maybe, but it's a good time though, isn't it?
Well, it was lovely talking to you, you know.
Oh, such a gentleman.
Hello there, stranger.
Hello there, innkeeper.
Castle's my name. This, as you may have guessed, is my inn.
Lovely. Love the view.
I do my best, and I promise the rooms are cosy.
Excellent.
I assume you'd be wanting lodging, considering the bridge to the north is all washed out for the moment.
Yes, I suppose I'll be staying in town for a bit.
Well, if I beg your pardon, we're getting ready for the execution. If you be wanting a room, come by afterwards and we can do business.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Well,
hello, young fellow. How are you?
I'm above ground. It's a start.
Indeed. Can I help you? Well, where are my manners? Ned O'King, adventurer, explorer, and cataloger of rare animals, and in some cases, monsters. Well, I travel from land to land looking for new species of animals. I catalog them all, and then I publish my findings. I have several books in print. They are fascinating, eh? I love your regular old bear or raccoon, but when you find that rare species, that's what makes the job. Well, there's an interesting subject. You do see them around here. I try to avoid them and study from afar. Mostly I try to talk to others who have seen and dealt with them. I use their information to write about how to deal with them. This area has such an interesting array of monsters, even undead. And the regions within each area are almost unique in their variety. There's the Volksville Woods, which currently surround us. To the west lie the grasslands, and just north and east of here are the 99-acre woods. Or the North Woods, as some call it. Up north and a little west of here is the Krosnan Swamp. Head south towards the ocean to see the amazing South Woods. Each area holds variety to keep me fascinated for years of study. Feel free to ask me about anything you might want to, and I'll tell you what I know. You don't know how to fight, and you're still alive? Well, you are an enigma, aren't you? Before we get into combat proper, I'll explain a couple of neat tricks I've learned over the years that might help you out. Always watch out for your enemy. They can be anywhere and tend to hide behind trees and such things. Once you enter an area, if there's an enemy about, you have about 5 seconds to decide what to do. You can always run away, or you can choose to attack. Just click your sword icon on them if that's what you want to do, and you'll get straight into the combat. Rogues also have the option of attempting to throw a dagger at an enemy, which could stun them long enough for you to get close enough to slice their throat. Not very honorable, but you don't strike me as someone who would care about that. Now let's talk about combat itself. I'll just cover the basics here. You can learn more about class-specific actions yourself. I do warn you, I know all of this in theory, but in practice you might still have some learning to do. At the top, right above what I'm saying here, you'll see your own health as well as the health of your enemy. If either falls to 0, that person dies. You'll see across the bottom of your screen 4 buttons. These are your basic combat moves, and you use them by clicking on your preferred choice during combat. Each of these moves is attached to a statistic in your character sheet, which you can view by clicking on the shield icon on the main drop-down icon bar at the top of the screen. All of your moves use one specific skill, weapon % hit, which tells you how likely you are to hit your opponent. Then each of the other combat skills, hacking, stabbing, and slashing, increase the damage you do. Any attacking action taken in combat, whether successful or not, will go towards raising your skill level in that particular skill, as well as weapon % hit. The first button is stab, so why don't you give it a try? Don't worry if you don't hit, the Rukiti isn't real. Well done! You've just performed your first stabbing action. It's a useful move to master. Now let's look at slashing. Click the slashing button and see what happens.
Damn it!
Nicely done! That's slashing for you. Now for your final attack, hacking. Hacking is most certainly my preferred attack. Of course, I really prefer not to get into combat at all. You've got one final button on your combat panel, so let's try out some blocking. Blocking, or avoiding your opponent's weapon, is very useful in combat. A successful block will return 5 health to you and cause your enemy's attack to fail for that turn. So that's the basics of combat. I hope I've been helpful. Oh, before I let you go, I should point out a couple of other things you might find useful. I just turned on a 5th button on your combat panel. This one is your healing potions. Very useful in battle as they heal you for 10 points of health, so carry a few around with you. The number above the potion designates how many you're carrying. Give the button a click and watch yourself drink a healing potion. It's quite a magical sight to behold. Okay, that's all I really know about fighting. I hope it was helpful to you.
Well, hello, young fellow.
I'm above ground.
Indeed. Can I help?
So, you want to know about skills? That's a pretty exciting topic, so I'm glad you asked. You can check out your skills on your character sheet, which is located in the shield icon on the pull-down menu. The left side of your character sheet contains all your combat skills, and you can learn more about them by asking me how to fight. On the right side are the skills I'll talk about here. These are environmental skills and are useful for all sorts of things. Climbing is self-explanatory, I suppose. Or at least it should be. If you can't grasp what climbing is, you're probably about to die quite often in this game. Stealth is your ability to sneak around and not be heard. You raise this by simply sneaking around, although non-rogue classes can't raise the statistic above 50. Thievery is your ability to steal shit or to pick locks. The more you pick those locks or steal, the better at it you become. Again though, only rogues can raise this above 50. Mystical power is the statistic that sorcerers care most about. This raises with every spell cast, and the higher it becomes, the more powerful your spells become. All the statistics rise on a sliding scale, so at first it might only take a couple of attempts to raise your skill level. But as your skills become higher, you'll need to undertake a lot more attempts to get it to rise higher again. Finally, there's Infamy. The more you undertake tasks in this game, the more infamy you gain. This is very important later in the game because if you've gained enough infamy, you'll get more help in your final tasks. I hope that was some help. If you need to know about combat or the creatures around these parts, feel free to ask.
Well, it was nice talking with you. Come back if you need any kind of help.